It is the Heian period in Japan. Assuming the identity of her bedridden brother, Minamoto no Raiko, young Hikaru and her retainer, Watanabe no Tsuna, head toward the land of Hitachi, seeking the Magatama. After surviving an attack by the Tsuchiguma tribe, they decide to seek assistance in a village at the foot of the mountains.
Come out! Show yourself! Who is it? It was just a pheasant, that's all.
I see. I doubt that would have startled my brother, a harmless thing like that. I guess I still have a long way to go, huh? Strange. I expected a village under Tsuchigumo oppression to be a gloomier place than this.
From the looks of it, the villagers actually seem quite happy.
Why?
What is it?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking that you two look like a couple of fish out of water.
We two are warriors who have come from the capital. It only stands to reason that we should be dressed differently from you.
That's exactly what I'm saying. We don't see many warriors like you around here, so you tend to stick out like a sore thumb.
What are you talking about?
For one thing, carrying a dangerous weapon like this! Let go of me!
Why?
You come here calling yourself a warrior from Heian-kyo? Is the way of the warrior to raise your fist against a villager like me?
Let me ask you this. Is it the way of the villagers here to greet all strangers with such hostility and disrespect? You should know there's nothing more sacred to a warrior than his blade. Your treatment was well deserved.
What a bunch of nonsense. Don't you know what the most important thing to any warrior is? Besides his own life, of course. You men from the capital are all so pathetic. It's the most obvious answer, and you don't even have a clue. His women, all right? His women. I'm talking about drop-dead beauties like these. Sorry, what was I thinking? How could I say you two are second best? You're more sacred than life itself. Oopsie daisy. Here.
The fact is that you're the only one here without a clue.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're the hotshot samurai, aren't you? Looks like you got what you asked for.
You have been warned 2 times now.
This might actually be fun.
This gentleman is no ordinary villager.
No, Sadamitsu!
I won't be long. Stay back. Better draw your sword. You're leaving yourself wide open.
So why don't you go ahead and strike?
All right then, since you insist.
You good-for-nothing idiot! How could you display such rudeness to these samurai from the capital? Now get out of my sight! You two, come over here! I want you to take this wretch off the street!
All right then. Let's go. Welcome, samurai. I'm sure you'll like it here. The food's pretty good, and so is the sake. So why don't you just make yourselves at home?
Ignore him. Samurai from the capital are always welcome in our village. Please, come this way. You want to crush the Tsuchigumo?
Yes, sir, that's correct. Warriors from the capital were sent here a year ago for the same purpose, but they never returned. And now the palace has chosen to send Lord Raiko and myself.
Is that so? That's odd, because I never saw any warriors or samurai from the capital here in the village.
Really, I'm surprised.
Let me ask you, Lord Raiko, with all due respect, sir, do you honestly believe that the people of our village are living under the oppression of the Tsuchigumo clan?
Just what do you mean by that?
I won't deny the fact that the Tsuchigumo clan resides in a cave near the village, but by no means does the clan hold dominion over us. As a matter of fact, it's quite the opposite. We villagers actually live in harmony with the Tsuchigumos.
You really live in harmony?
Yes. In return for a share of our crops, the Tsuchigumos protect our village from the mountain bandits. It has been a most beneficial arrangement, and it has lasted for many generations. I beg you not to carry out your plan of attack.
I'm sorry, but our mission is to recover the Magatama, which the Tsuchigumo stole from the capital.
We do not wish to see any bloodshed. That's all we want, my lord. Now then, these are my two daughters. Please, sit back and enjoy yourselves. Come, pour our guests some sake.
A drink?
No, thank you. I'm afraid I can't drink.
Oh, so innocent. Naive. It's cute.
Now, don't be rude to our guests from the capital.
But, Father, I've never seen any other man around here as beautiful as this one. Come on, have some sake. Please.
But
Please, Lord Raiko.
The moon is especially beautiful tonight, my lord.
Oh, is that right? Excuse me while I go take a look.
Lord Raiko.
Lord Raiko is abstaining from sake at this time, and situations like these make him uncomfortable.
If that's the case, then you'll have to drink Lord Raiko's share as well.
No, thank you. It is my sacred duty to protect Lord Raiko, and therefore I, too, must abstain from drink.
Do you mean to tell me that samurai from the capital are such sissies that a little sake would prevent them from fulfilling their duties?
Just one cup, to honor the samurai in Heian-kyo. Well, never in my entire life have I seen such clear sake.
You'll only find this sake here in our village.
Is something wrong, Raiko?
I could have sworn I heard the sound of Hikaru playing her flute somewhere nearby.
Hikaru and Suna are probably in the land of Hitachi by now.
I've given Hikaru a terrible burden.
Are you all right?
Yes, I'm feeling much better today. Are you looking up at the same crescent moon somewhere in the east? You mustn't go too far, Hikaru. Promise you will return so that your brother can see your smile once more.
Perfect music to accompany my slightly drunken state.
That's an elegant-sounding flute.
My brother, please lend me your strength. Suna! Forgive me for fleeing the banquet.
No, Lord Raiko, you are not to blame. After all, sake is not something to be forced upon the drinker.
Are you feeling all right, Suna?
It's nothing, not for a warrior from the capital.
Man, that's good. Lucky me. I get to eat pheasant stew, meet an angel, and drink great sake. What's wrong, you guys? Why aren't you eating?
We would, but it won't be long before we...
Remember Sotomitsu?
You must be afraid.
We certainly got a different version of the Tsuchigumo story than the one we heard in the capital.
If we were to attack them, would it be an unwanted favor in the eyes of the villagers?
Tomorrow morning, we should talk to some of the villagers about their feelings toward the Tsuchigumos, so our decision can wait until we've heard their version of the story.
Good idea. This has been a long day for you, hasn't it? Why don't you get some sleep while you can?
As should you. We haven't had a roof over our heads in a while. How dare you! He got away! Is there anyone nearby? I need a light! Someone bring a light over here, quickly! Lord Raiko, are you all right?
I'm fine.
What's all this shouting about? It's the middle of the night.
What's wrong with you? Are you deaf? Didn't you hear that commotion?
Commotion? What are you talking about? I didn't hear anything out of the ordinary.
How can you say that? My lord and I were just attacked in our sleep by an intruder.
Come now. Are you sure it wasn't a nightmare or something?
How dare you?
It's all right. Never mind. Sorry to disturb you.
Well then, I'll just leave the light here, all right?
Suna,
What is it?
isn't that...
It's the sword we saw in the hands of that man who stopped us this morning.
That's what I thought.
Abe no Seme, did you say?
I have heard his ability to divine the fortunes of all things from the movements of the stars is far more prodigious than those of any other onryoji. Is this true?
Is there some reason that you would require such divination?
Frankly, yes. Now, strictly between you and me, the Emperor's condition worsens day by day.
Truly? You are certain of this? Seme has sequestered himself. He's in the Onmyo chamber, praying for the Magatama's safe return to the capital. But if it would please you, sir, I shall take my leave of you and hasten to the Onmyo chamber at once and have Seme divine the prognosis of the Emperor's illness.
No, wait. More discretion is required. I shall summon Seme to my residence after he has finished with his prayers.
Of course, if that is what you truly wish, my lord. Curse that regent, manipulating me. I shall need Seme to prolong his prayers a bit longer.
That man from yesterday. If I'm not mistaken, the elder said that he lives in a house on the outskirts of the village.
Right. Is something the matter?
No, it's nothing.
We must be very cautious, Lord Raiko. This man is no ordinary villager, I'm certain of it.
I know.
Hey, you, wake up! We have a few questions we need to ask you.
Oh, it's just you two. You can't just barge in here.
We didn't think you'd still be asleep.
I sleep when I want to sleep, and I eat when I want to eat.
It's pretty obvious to me that you were out carousing till all hours of the night.
Why don't you just leave me alone?
I believe you've seen this before. Here.
This is my sword.
I knew it was you. Now you'll pay.
Where did you find this?
Don't act like you don't know.
I lost this sword a year ago. You see, it's a matching set for this one right here.
What?
It's possible that we have the wrong man, Suna.
Whatever's going on, I've been here since yesterday.
We apologize for disturbing you at this hour, but if we may, Sadamitsu, we have just one question we'd like to ask you.
Sure, go ahead.
Is it true the villagers are living in harmony with the Tsuchigumo clan like they say? Is this really a peaceful village?
Just what exactly are you trying to get at? You're here looking for the Magatama, aren't you?
If it's true that the villagers wish to live in harmony with the Tsuchigumo clan, then we'll do what we can to recover the Magatama in some other way. But if the villagers are only holding their silence because they're afraid of the Tsuchigumos, as warriors from the capital, we cannot allow it to go on.
Well, you're just gallant little warriors, aren't you?
Why, you? How dare you mock what Lord Raiko said?
Hey, I'm just curious if he's willing to stand by those noble words. You see, this isn't some little game here.
I have had enough of your insults!
I came here because I'm prepared to deal with the Tsuchigumos.
Really? Then why don't you show me just how prepared you are, Lord Raiko?
Stay back.
Please, Lord Raiko, don't.
I'll take care of this matter.
You do realize, Lord Raiko, that we're playing for keeps here.
Yes, I do.
So the Emperor's orders mean that much to you?
There is someone who I wish to protect. That is enough.
That's that. You're as good as dead.
Lord Raiko, please, put down your sword!
Perhaps I have no chance, but I cannot allow myself to back down. I can never surrender, no matter what the cost!
Stop it, Lord Raiko!
Forget it. I can't duel morons. It throws off my timing. All right, then. I can see you're obviously committed. There's no need to risk getting a scar on this pretty face of mine. You probably already know that the villagers have an agreement with the Tsuchigumos.
They supply the Tsuchigumos with crops.
That's one thing. But there's another form of tribute more important to them.
Well, what is it?
Young girls. I'm afraid it's true. You see, I first arrived in this village about a year ago. When I found out about the arrangement they had, I was desperate to stop it.
Did you say a year ago?
Wait a minute. Are you one of...
I'm the sole survivor of the Imperial Army.
No.
We stopped by here before the attack, and we tried to enlist the villagers to help us with the fight, but every one of them refused. After that, it was like the Tsuchigumos ambushed us wherever we went.
You mean they were informed?
So then, the attack in our room last night.
Probably them. The Tsuchigumos were too much for us. They used the terrain to their advantage, and it didn't take them long to decimate our forces. Although I was lucky enough to survive, look at what they did to me.
So then, those young women you were with yesterday, are they?
They're being sent to the Tsuchigumos as an offering. Can you imagine what that must be like? Far from enjoying music and poetry like the women in the capital, these girls barely get enough to eat, and now they're going to be sacrificed. They cry and protest, but once they've been chosen to go, there's no escaping their fate. Not only that, once they've been chosen to be delivered as offerings, no one in the village will go near them.
How brutal! It's unbelievable!
So now you understand. This transient peace comes at the expense of flesh and blood. That's the true face of this village here.
It's horrible.
There's nothing to be done about it. Everyone in this village has accepted that if they want to survive, that's the way it's gotta be.
But still, what about you? A man with skills like yours could fight back!
No, I can't. They allow me to live here on the outskirts of their village, but only on the condition that I don't interfere with their affairs. And now so much time has passed, I'm in no position to just suddenly uproot and return to the capital. It's exactly like the village elder said. I'm just a good-for-nothing idiot who has no shame.
That's enough! Tell me what your true thoughts are! I don't believe for a minute that your kindness towards those women was a sham. Surely it's not right to force someone so young to become another's plaything just because she was born in this village. I know you feel the same way. If we fight them together, I'm certain we'll find a way to prevail. We must not allow the villagers to sacrifice any more women.
I'm sorry, but I left the world of the warrior a long time ago, so I'm afraid you'll have to do this one without me.
So, looks like we'll have to defeat them without his help.
Yes, sir. We shall have to find a way to prevail.
We will not yield until the Magatama is in our hands.
I, Watanabe no Tsuna, am ready for whatever may come.
They must be there, but I don't feel their presence at all.
Nor do I. But if the Tsuchigumos really do have informants among the villagers, you can be certain that they'll be waiting for us.
Suna!
Lord Raiko!
Suna, are you alright?
Hey,
What are you doing here?
I've got a little unfinished business with the Tsuchigumo clan, if you know what I mean. And on top of that, there's the women. They're always nagging me, saying that I'm holding back. Well, I'll show them.
So does that mean you plan to join us in our fight against the clan?
First, let's get one thing straight. I, Usui no Sadamitsu, am taking up arms for the women, that's it. But as long as we're fighting together, we'll find a way to prevail. Right, Taisho?
Taisho?
You've got it, Usui no Sadamitsu.
Okay, now that that's settled, follow me, man!
With Usui no Sadamitsu now at their side, Minamoto no Hikaru and Watanabe no Tsuna are about to enter the lair of the Tsuchigumo clan. Will these three warriors be able to succeed in rescuing the women who are being held captive and reclaim the legendary Magatama?
An exceptionally strange man has joined our party. His skill is quite extraordinary, but he loves drink and women more than anything. I must hide Lord Raiko's true identity no matter what. So this is the cave where the Tsuchigumos are hiding. I hear a voice. It sounds like a woman. Act 3, Tsuchigumo. Don't miss it.